What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Roll Tide Cafe, a part of the Bama Standard Network. As you guys can see here, we got an all-star panel, the official panel now, by the way, for College Football Chatter, which is going to be on every Friday night at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. So make sure to check that out on the Bama Standard Network. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself for the first times as the new permanent members here on the Bama Standard Network. Starting off with you, Brenski, then you, Coach Shawn.
Well, of course, I'm Brenski Sharpe of the Sharpshooters Podcast. You can catch me on the Sharpshooters Podcast on YouTube and B_Sharp on Twitter, and also the Sharpshooters Podcast on TikTok. Appreciate it and glad to be here.
Facts. My name is Rashawn Pierre. My fellow players, my former players call me Coach Shawn. You can reach me and find me at JMHO Sports Talk on Twitter and YouTube. And just like my brother Brenski said, absolutely happy and ecstatic to be with John here. And we appreciate that big time.
And with that being said, we're going to roll into this first topic today. We're talking about two running backs I want to talk about, right? Both got offers from Alabama. One of them most recently, Ryan Estrada, that we're going to get into here in 1 minute. But I wanted to do this video because, look, it's been a long time since Alabama's had a running back duo where you can say these are two studs. These are two guys that's going to get you where you want to go on the ground. Ryan Grubb, the offense coordinator, is here at Alabama. We know he's going to run this type of scheme. He's going to put these backs with the ball in their hands and let them run as well. It's not just about Ty Simpson and the quarterback anymore, right? Like it seemed like last year with Nick Sheridan. But with that being said, moving on here, we're talking about the newly offered 4-star running back, depending on what site you use, 3-star. But his is definitely going to move upwards. Talking about running back Ryan Estrada here. I'm going to give you guys some basic bare information and pass this to you, Coach Shawn. Like I said, a 4-star or a 3-star, depending on which site you use. The number 21 running back, according to 24/7 Sports, 305th nationally, standing at 5'9", 185 pounds, out of El Paso, Texas, that's where I used to shop actually all the time when I lived in New Mexico, out of El Dorado High School. So with that being, Coach Shawn, what do you think Ryan can bring to the Crimson Tide?
When I watched that young man's tape, man, obviously we all know my affinity for the running back position, for obvious reasons. Really like this dude's tape, man. I wasn't familiar with him at first. I had heard his name a couple of times out there in Texas from some of my partners. And so I had to go do some research on him a couple of days ago. And I was familiar with him when the email came across, we was going to talk about him. When I watched this kid, man, the one thing is that I'm not familiar with what A that is or how competitive it is. We all know Texas has great football in every A, but when I watch this film, I'm not sure if he played against any other Division I athletes. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know. But I can tell you, as far as the young man go, I'd rather watch high school game film than highlight tapes. But just from the highlight tape, you can form some quick assumptions. I mean, this kid has good feet, really good acceleration. Remember, man, you always want the ability to make people miss. And after you do that, you want to be able to hit the turbo, right? This kid definitely has that ability, catches the ball well out of the backfield, doesn't hug the ball, catches the ball with his hands. They ran a lot of inside outside zone, a lot of counter action. This kid is fast, man. 2 or 3 steps is fast. You know what I mean? Trust me, this kid has no issue with running away from the pack. And that's why I say I don't know if the competition was the best. I don't know. Maybe it is. I'm very, very unfamiliar with what A he's in.
Is what
right. It didn't look like a lot of big guys on defense, but if you're looking for a kid that the pluses is this kid was fast, great acceleration, catch the ball well, the ability to make people miss and then hit the turbo, a lot of inside outside zone and really one cut, put his foot in the ground and get upfield, get vertical, runs well to space, very, very well to space. And he fit the screen system to a T. If you know Ryan Grubb, he liked to run a lot of screens to the wide receivers, not the running backs. Tunnels, this kid fit that perfectly. If I had to come up with some slight negatives, obviously with highlight film, we don't know how well he blocks. We don't know how well he pass protects. And that's any high school running back, right? It is a highlight film. He runs a little upright. When he sees space, he gets a little upright. Smaller defenses I've seen, And it was several times when I didn't even see anybody touch the kid on highlight. I mean, he got to the second level before I seen anybody even get a hand on the kid, right? So I don't know the level of competition, but as far as the young man himself, I think he fit the board system, Ryan Grubb system to a T. Kid caught a lot of balls out the backfield, a lot of wide receiver screens. I think you could put him in the slot if you need to. But he fits well, man. This kid is a scat back, a kid that's going to get vertical upfield. Like I said, ran a lot of inside zone in his high school highlight tape, a lot of counter, a lot of pulling. So I think this kid fits well, man. Got all their attributes. Not the biggest kid, but definitely lightning in the bottle. Definitely.
Brenski, what you got?
From everything that I have read, him playing in 5A, and you run for 2,422 yards, 32 touchdowns on an average of 13 yards a carry. That's not bad in the state of Texas.
No, that's
we're
not
talking
bad.
about 5A. So clearly he's a very, very good runner, has exceptional body control, can run strong. So standing at 5'11", 190. He's just a junior now, going to be a senior. He's only going to get bigger. He's only going to get stronger. He's going to get faster. Good body control. You can't beat those type players. So definitely, I trust his staff. If they go out and get a guy that is 1 star, no star, I know they can develop them, because we seen what they did. Went out and got Keelan Russell, who was a 3-star before he became eventually a 5-star.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. So yeah, the one thing, I meant to say 5A earlier, not 2A, by the way. I'll give a couple of things on this. He's a 1-cut back, good balance. You guys have already talked about that. Initial defender hardly ever brings him down without help. You already went over the stats, got me on that. I put great vision. Me personally, look, I'm not saying the star rating, but the comp to me is Emmanuel Henderson, right? So Emmanuel Henderson, when he came in, he wasn't the biggest dude, right? He wasn't going to be the guy that's going to run you over immediately. What did Emmanuel Henderson have? He had great speed and he had really good hands. And when I look at him, it really is a good comp to me to say Emmanuel Henderson. Now, how we're going to develop him, I don't know as far as that goes. But moving on here to the second one, which me and Brenski's already talked about. Coach Shawn, I know you've already heard about him. Look, this is one of my favorite players in this class, period. 4-star running back, Zavier Crowell. I want this dude at running back, plain and simple. Brenski, give me the lowdown on him.
Oh, man. One of the best running backs in the state of Alabama, and also one of the best running backs in the country, which technically he's a sophomore, but he's going to be a senior next year, moving up a grade. So, man, he's definitely going to be a monster. And the one thing I think people sleep on is his speed, because you think he doesn't run that fast and he's just a big guy. He will leave you. If he sees a hole, he's going to burst through that hole and run away from you, man. He's definitely downhill runner, not afraid of contact, can definitely surprise you with the moves too. So one of the best in the state of Alabama in a long time. So definitely can't wait to see him touch the field.
Coach Shawn, what you got?
Man, when I watched him, man, Xavier's awesome. I think the reason why it doesn't look like he's moving fast because he's a long strider.
Yep.
This kid is a jump cut back, man. I've seen several times. Played with a very, very talented football team down there in Jackson. Kid is a physical back, very, very physical back. What I like about this kid is there's no wasted motion in attacking the line of scrimmage, the LOS as we call it. Kid got great balance. He also catches the ball well. This kid has intangibles. Kid has the tenacity. I love his burst, right? A little more physical back, will dip his shoulder on you and will try to run through you. Very, very talented team down there. Some great offensive linemen, a great quarterback. And I did see this kid block. He did, I did see him block on this kid. I think this kid a little bit bigger, jump cut and runs physical. So anytime you can get a lightning in the bottle, like the first young man, and you can get a thumper like this kid that can still run away from you, Ryan and Ezavier, these kids are awesome. They could be Trenton Mark, number 2, if you will.
Thank you.
It's great to have 2 backs like that. Nowadays, these kids understand you don't want to get it's not Derrick Henry-esque anymore where you're getting 30 carries a game and stuff like that. These kids want to be fresh. They want to be able to to get in the game, feel the game as a running back, feel how the game's going, and let your teammate come in and get a couple of carries as well. That way it's not so much physicality and punishment being given to you.
Yeah.
Really, really like this kid, man. I hope Alabama corrals this young man because Texas is after him, Georgia's after him, Ohio State is even after him. But I would tell the young man, if he ever watched this video, to be a legend in your own state like that, to come from Jackson and then to go to University of Alabama and be the guy. And this kid will eventually be the guy. You can believe that. I'm ecstatic for this young man because he fits what DeBoer wants to do. A physical kid that's not afraid of punishment. And the sky's the limit for both these young men.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to give a little bit longer take on this because this is one of my favorite players so far. I really want him in Tuscaloosa here. Obviously a 4-star, like I said, 5'11", 205 pounds out of Jackson, Alabama here. 2024 stats, 1,964 yards, 31 rushing touchdowns, 9 receptions, 258 yards, and 2 TDs, but has, like you said, great hands. A lot of those catches he had to make were not easy. One cutback that will blow past you if you're slightly out of position. To the slightest here, folks. Has, and this is my highlighted part, outstanding vision and will, I'm telling you right now, if the edge is not secure, he's attacking the edge and he is blowing right by you. The secondary has no chance to catch him if he is the edge with a wrong angle here. So takes almost no time to get moving. Great acceleration, like we pointed out. Has the 5th gear to pull away from the secondary for sure. Violent runner that doesn't avoid contact. If he wants to hit you, he's going to hit you. Great job at planting his foot and violently changing direction. In my opinion, I think that's kind of overlooked and not mentioned enough. But yeah, Zavier Crowell, man, if we get this dude in Tuscaloosa and you bring in Estrada with him, with who already is there, by the way, we're talking about Riley, everybody else. My goodness, you're, like you said, lightning in a bottle, the next Mark and Trent Richardson, in my opinion. So definitely shout out to you, Coach, on that one. But
remember this too, John. Remember this. This kid reclassified. This kid is just supposed to be. He's a young kid. This kid reclassified, so he's very mature. Kid is built very, very well. Big lower body. This kid is built for it, man. This is one of those kids that's in your backyard. You have to exercise your resources. You cannot allow kids like this to leave your state.
No doubt. And by the way, he's reclassifying, and he's still the number 2 running back in the country.
I believe it.
Think about that. So
probably gonna move up to number 1.
Yeah, I mean, definitely wouldn't be surprised. Number 32 nationally here, which is crazy on a reclassification, right? So I mean, there's one thing you coming out as a senior, I'll give you props. Obviously, you reclassify and you still hold on to a rating like that. That's pretty wild to me. But with that being said, any last words on either of these players?
I would just say on EJ, man, EJ is definitely going to make an impact on this class for real if he commits to the University of Alabama, because he is that special of a player, and players are going to want to play with him on this team. So if he commits to the University of Alabama, I think that's a game changer.
I have to agree. Coach Shawn?
Yeah, I agree with Brenski 1,000%, man. This kid is right here in the backyard, man. Exercise all your resources. Kids like this cannot leave the state. Jam, this is possibly Jam's last year. The young kid we had coming in, the transfer, this kid is an older kid, may possibly be his last year. We got some young backs on the roster. Think about it. If this kid commits, Daniel Hill will be a junior by that time. So the playing field is wide open for him to come in and get some carries. So the playing field is made, the bed is made for him. All he has to do is accept, man. Kids in your backyard, go get him.
There you go. Hopefully he's listening to this. So, all right, guys, I appreciate you getting on here. Obviously, everybody make sure to leave in the comments below what you guys think. And one last time around the table here, let everybody know where they can find you at, starting off with you, Brenski.
At the Sharpshooters Podcast on YouTube and TikTok, and _Sharpe on Twitter/X.
Coach Shawn.
JMHO, Just My Humble Opinion Sports Talk on Twitter and YouTube. Much love to John, much love to Brenski, and all of our partners, man. Roll Tide to you all.
There we go. And at Bama Nation, John, for me. Other than that, everybody have a good night. And as always,